Hello, Palm Point families. I'm Kathleen Perez, the principal of Palm Point, and I am pleased to welcome you to our 2021-2022 school year. Each year, our school chooses a theme that embodies the vision for the year. This year, our theme is Together We All Shine. As we reunite, we will continue our tradition of excellence. We've been an A-rated school since opening, and our faculty and staff are committed to providing a safe, supportive, and engaging environment for all of our students. The health and safety of our students is our top priority. In accordance with the CDC, Health Department, and district guidelines, safety measures continue to be in place on campus. At this time, masks are optional but are highly encouraged. We also encourage anyone over the age of 12 to get vaccinated. We will follow safe social distance guidelines of 3 feet for students and 6 feet for adults. You can view the complete COVID safety plan on the district website, and a link is included in our student and parent handbook. As you view the remainder of the video, please watch carefully and assist us in preparing your child for the year ahead. Please contact the school with any questions that you may have. It will take all of us working together to ensure a successful school year. Whether you're a returning Rocket or a new student, we cannot wait to welcome you back to in-person instruction on Tuesday, August 10th. Remember, at Palm Point, we are mission ready. That's the point. Thank you.
Now let's look a little more closely at what you can expect at Palm Point this school year. For arrival and dismissal, we will follow the same procedures as last year. Unfortunately, grades 1 through 8 parents will not be permitted to walk their child to their classroom and or building the first days of school. All parents must remain off campus. If you are a parent of a kindergartner, you will be allowed to meet the teacher and walk your child to their class on the first day of school after the regular arrival time. You should have received your specific time block on your blue Meet the Teacher card in the mail recently. Should you want to bring your child to school on the first day, we ask that one parent accompanies your child with no other children. At this time, masks are optional but strongly encouraged. Any masks worn should adhere to the guidelines established by the SLPS. The CDC recommends wearing a mask if you have not been vaccinated. Starting at 9:15 a.m., students may enter campus and report directly to their assigned hallway or auditoria if they need a breakfast. They may not linger in front of the school, on sidewalks, hallways, stairwells, or pod areas. Students are asked to stay to the right on the sidewalks and in the hallways. Use doors marked in and stay physically distanced from each other when possible. Students will use hand sanitizer upon exiting the bus or parent car, entering the auditoria for breakfast, and entering their classrooms. Walkers and bike rider dismissal changes. Walkers and bike riders must move off campus when dismissed and cannot linger at school. Parents of walkers must remain off campus and cannot congregate in front of Building 1 on the sidewalks surrounding the school or in the courtyard by the flagpole. Make a plan to meet your child somewhere off campus or designate your child as a car rider and drive through the car loop to pick him or her up instead. Walkers and bike rider siblings will be dismissed first, but cannot wait for one another on campus. They must plan to meet each other off campus after they cross with the crossing guard. Car riders. You will be using the PickMyKid app to facilitate car rider dismissal. To help the dismissal process, please be sure to download the app before or on August 10th. You will receive your child's PickMyKid car tag on the first day of school. Please be sure this tag is visible either on your car dashboard or your sun visor. Car riders will remain in their classroom until the PickMyKid system indicates that their parent is waiting for them in the car loop. We will accept dismissal changes, for example, a bus rider who needs to be a car rider that afternoon through the PickMyKid app. These changes will only be accepted up until 3:15 p.m. on a regular school day or 1:15 p.m. on early dismissal days. Visitors on campus. All visitors to campus must complete the entry health screening for COVID-19 before entering. We also highly encourage making appointments for all visits on campus. Updated lunch procedures. For the 2021-2022 school year, parents who wish to join their child for lunch will be permitted when it is safe to do so. For the first month of school, we will not have visitors in order to allow time for students to learn lunch routines and socialize with their peers. When families are allowed to visit, there will be limitations to allow only one parent to visit at a time, and all lunch visits will take place in the outside dining area. Designated days for specific grade levels will also be put in order to maintain social distancing guidelines and limit the number of families in the outside dining area at one time. Students may bring lunch from home or purchase lunch in the auditoria. We will be sure to notify families when we begin family lunch visits. This year, we ask that you please continue the daily home screener each morning. Does your child have any of the following symptoms that indicates a possible illness that may decrease the student's ability to learn and also put them at risk for spreading illnesses to others? Please check your child for the symptoms below daily. If your child demonstrates any of these symptoms, they must stay home. We are asking for you to please keep your child home if they are experiencing any of the following symptoms. Things to do before school begins. Please apply for the National School Lunch Program. All families need to complete this application. Please go to SLPS website and click on Meal Application. We ask all families to complete this as it is tied to specific funding for our school. Next, download the PickMyKid app and be ready for the first day of school. Finally, if your child will be designated as a walker, be sure to identify a place to meet with parents and siblings off campus if your child doesn't walk all the way home independently. Possibly drive to that location prior to school begins so your child understands the new expectations and where to meet. Thank you again for attending our virtual open house for 2021-2022. This presentation will remain available on our school's YouTube page so that you may revisit it as you prepare for the start of school. If you would like more support for downloading and using the PickMyKid app, which will be used for dismissal and dismissal changes this year, please watch this video to the end. We look forward to seeing all of our Rockets in person on Tuesday, August 10th. We hope the information shared today will help all Rockets prepare for their next mission.
Today I'm going to be showing you how to use your PickMyKid parent app. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go into your iPhone, Android, or Windows App Store and download the PickMyKid parent app. You should be able to find it easily by simply searching PickMyKid. Once you've downloaded it, you're going to open the app and you're going to click the sign up button along the bottom. This is going to open a simple form so you can fill out your first name, last name, email address, mobile number, and choose a password. Please make sure you put in an actual mobile number and not a landline. The reason for this is as soon as you click the sign up button at the bottom, we're going to text you an OTP code or one-time passcode to help authenticate your phone number and confirm your identity for the app. This is all for security purposes. If for some reason you don't receive your OTP code, but you're sure you put in your mobile number correctly, please reach out to support@pickmykid.com so we can help you. Once you've completed the registration process, entered your OTP code, and confirmed your identity, you're going to be able to log into the app for the first time. I really recommend choosing the Remember Me button. It makes it very easy when you're trying to make a quick change on your child's calendar or when you're trying to log in quickly during car line or child pickup, dismissal time. It's a lot easier than trying to remember your password. So just click login. When you log in for the first time, you should see your child's name and their school already listed here. If you don't, that just means that the school probably didn't have your updated phone number on file. So again, you can reach out to support@pickmykid.com and we can easily help you confirm your identity and connect with your child's information. Now, once your child's information is here on your screen, you have a couple options. You are going to be able to select the stylus and an edit button will show up next to your child's name. This is how you're going to make any calendar changes or delegations to someone else for pickup. So simply click the edit button next to the child you are editing information for, and it will take you to their calendar. You can also see along the top, it tells you their dismissal ID number, which is very useful in case you ever lose your phone, maybe your phone's dead, maybe grandma, grandpa don't have a smartphone and they're picking up. You can actually use that dismissal ID number to give to the school official to confirm that you're authorized to pick up the child. It does depend on the school's policy, but most schools will accept that. Now, in order to make a change, you're simply going to select any day. Let's say I want to make a change for this Friday. These are my options. I can either change pickup mode, which would be the instance of maybe changing my child from bus to car, or maybe they normally are walkers, but today I'm picking them up in the car line. So I would simply select that and choose the new pickup mode from the list, as you can see here. And depending on your school or what your child's current pickup mode is, that's going to affect the options you see here. For example, if my child is already listed as a walker, walker would not show up here as an option. You also have the option of setting it to recur or repeat. In this case, you can choose daily, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. You can set your child up on a schedule here if you'd like. And then you're simply going to choose change pickup mode and it'll add it to the child's calendar. Another option would be to assign your child to go to an after-school program, a club, and some schools also put buses or vans under after-school programs as well, depending on the flexibility that the school allows. So here you can see I have all these options of assigning my kid. You'll also see a list of recent after-school programs here. So these are programs that I've recently assigned my child to for easy access later. As you can see for my child, my options are baseball. I also have the option of, bus blue to be picked up at 219 Brevard Court, the bus stop. Drama, gym, handball, I have any of these options. I can also set this up to recur or repeat on a schedule if I wish. So if you know your child will need to access this mode, you can set this up in advance so you don't have to go in every day. I genuinely recommend going in maybe once a week and confirming your child's pickup options for the week so that way you're not having to worry about this every day. And another option is to delegate to another person. So this would be in the scenario of maybe you're part of a carpool, maybe grandma, grandpa pick up on Fridays, or the babysitter, any situation where you or the other primary parent is not going to be doing the picking up. So here you can see I have some recently assigned people where I could just select them again easily without filling out the form. Or I can choose assign to new guardian, and it's just going to ask me for their name, their mobile number, and how they're going to be picking up my child. So are they going to be picking them up as a walker, as car line? You have all of these options. Another option too, if you don't want to type out their information, is to access your phone book, okay? And you can just click these options here and it will fill it in. So say I click here, It filled in that information for me, and then all I have to do is choose Save Pickup Change. Okay, the last option is marking your child absent. It does depend on the school if this option is given to you, so if you don't see Mark Absent as an option, don't panic. There's nothing wrong with your app. It just means that your school isn't currently using this feature. If your school is using the Mark Absent feature, it simply allows you to let them know in advance that your child is not going to be attending school that day. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to announce for your child during dismissal and pickup times. So when you arrive on the school campus, if it is during dismissal time, you'll notice that your announce button below your children's names will become active and will turn to a green color with the bullhorn next to it. Now, most of you will simply just press that announce button and announce for your child or children. However, there may be some cases where you have more than one child listed on your screen and you only want to announce for a portion or one of them. If that is the case, you are simply going to click the bullhorn icon next to each of the children's names that you do not want to announce for. This will allow you to toggle the announce for them on and off, as you can see. I just pressed the bullhorn icon for Larisha, and you can see it became grayed out, and I will no longer be announcing for her if I press the green button. A good example of when this might be needed is if maybe one of your children is a kindergartner and requires you to walk up and pick them up, and the other one is maybe a fourth grader who you have to pick up via car line. You're only going to want to announce for one at a time when you're actually at those pickup areas. Another example would be if one of your children is staying for an after-school program or club, and the other one is being picked up at the normal dismissal time. So as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and press that green announce button, but it's only for one of my children, so only one of their names is going to show up. My screen will change to show their information, the date, as well as their dismissal ID. I'll show this to the staff member in the car line or walk-up area. They will be able to look at their device or tablet and be able to confirm that I am the appropriate authorized person to pick up this child, and I have announced for them. They will then proceed to check out or dismiss your child into your care. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to also show you some other options of the app. If you click your sidebar button, you'll see I can go home, back to my main screen where my children are listed. I can see my notifications, or I can see recent notifications. Another option here is newsfeed. So this is really where your school would post longer notifications. So something that's not going to fit in a quick push notification, but that you do need to know. So for example, for this school, you can see I received a newsletter entry. Again, some schools may choose to utilize this, some schools will not. Delegations. This is going to show you future delegations scheduled to you. You can see that for July 25th, 2017, I'm expected to pick up this child, Joseph. So he's not going to show up in my app right now, but on July 25th, when I log in, he will show up on my home screen as being someone who I'm able to announce for and pick up. Right now, he won't show up on my home screen, and the day after July 25th, he won't show up because I'm not currently authorized to pick him up on those days. Another option here is our FAQ, which has some frequently asked questions. A great option here also is our help option, where you can, type whatever you need here. And when you press send, it will actually send it right to our support and help desk, and we can then help resolve your issue very quickly. The last option here is the settings option. Here you can see what your email address is currently registered as. You can change your password, and you can also adjust some other settings here. So you can see you can turn on delegation notifications, status notifications, things like that. I recommend leaving everything turned on. That's my preference, because if the school is trying to send you a notification, you want to make sure you receive it. The last option here is, of course, to sign out. If you have any questions or concerns about the app, or if you're having trouble with your login information or need to update your phone number or email address used for registration, feel free to reach out to support@pickmykid.com. Thank you for choosing PickMyKid. We hope you have a wonderful school year.